Well, but you use your tweeting to kind of get back at critics. You kind of have little wars with the press.
Twitter is a war zone. If somebody's going to jump in the war zone, it's like, okay, you're in the arena. Let's go.
Okay. Who does that sound like?
I don't know. Who does it sound like?
It sounds like a guy who lives at the White House.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, sure. He's very good at Twitter.
I know.
I think the president is amazingly good at Twitter.
Huge developments in the political world today as Donald Trump just gained the endorsement of a new, very wealthy donor. And by very wealthy, I mean literally the wealthiest man in the world. That is right. Elon Musk is now openly supporting and donating to the Trump campaign. And words cannot understate how big of a deal, especially long-term, that is. But just to paint the contrast here, on that same exact day, Joe Biden just lost almost $100 million from his own donors who are now apparently boycotting his campaign out of a lack of confidence. So that tells you everything you need to know about the current state and the current trajectories of both campaigns. One guy just got money from Elon Musk. The other guy lost exactly $90 million from his own donors. So we will talk about that today, folks. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But yes, pretty straightforward news here from Bloomberg. Elon Musk now donates to Trump and is apparently contributing to a super PAC that is backing Trump in the swing states. Now, on the surface, people may not be surprised. They'd be like, okay, Elon Musk supporting Trump, is that exactly surprising? But I think it's important to point out the difference that 4 years can make, because Elon Musk is a guy that, despite some of his anti-woke takes even 4 years ago, said that he voted for Biden. Now, I have questions there. I really wonder what he actually did, but that is the public news, is that Elon Musk said he voted for Biden, albeit reluctantly. And so I think in many ways what this symbolizes is Elon Musk finally taking off the gloves completely. You know, it started with him just tweeting about free speech and anti-leftism and stuff, and then obviously he bought Twitter, which was a big deal, arguably the biggest development in the history of free speech on social media. But now here you have a guy who is no longer scared about the government coming after him or whatever, you know, the system coming after him because he's too wealthy. He is outright sacrificing his neck to get involved for what he believes in and stand up for what he believes is right. Now, I think in many ways that is hopefully very inspiring, not just on the front of Elon Musk, but I virtually guarantee you he is far from the only wealthy person who feels this way. Because, you know, as easy as it is to demonize the elites who are in control of important decisions in our country, and it is certainly valid, the truth is you have to imagine there are a lot of wealthy people out there who do feel the same way that someone like Elon Musk or Patrick Bet-David does. The issue, of course, is that many wealthy people are kind of scared to get in the game because they don't want to lose what they've got. Obviously, if you are someone with a lot of wealth, the moment that you publicly get involved in politics, especially the politics that are challenging the regime, you know exactly what's going to happen, right? The IRS is going to come after you. We have seen the Biden federal government try to launch lawsuits and FTC investigations against Twitter, against Tesla. You know, the harassment happens here. And I think a lot of wealthy people out there whose heart actually is in the right place. You know, there are wealthy people who do agree with us. They're just scared to get involved, go public, donate to Republicans for this very reason. I heard Patrick Bet-David talk about this once. He basically said, you know, there's a lot of other wealthy people who agree with me, but they don't want to lose the cocktail party. They don't want to get attacked by their fellow elites or the government themselves. And so hopefully Elon Musk not only having the personal courage to get involved, and good for him, because I guarantee you now the harassment, now the persecution from the government for the next couple months is going to be much worse. But beyond that, I truly hope this is inspiring, because maybe other people who have millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars that you've never really heard of, now are thinking to themselves, if Elon Musk can do it, then why can't I, right? And so this is very big. And of course, long term, the unpopular truth is that the world is driven. It turns on money, and politics is no exception. exception to that. Now, obviously, nobody really likes that. We wish that weren't the case, but here is just the simple reality. If you want a true populist right-wing movement that is going to challenge the system, that is going to fix things in America, it needs finances behind it. Of course, this is a big argument when it comes to Donald Trump, is that, look, it's harder to buy him out because he already has all of the personal wealth he could possibly want. But long term, we think to the future of the party, obviously after Donald Trump finishes his second term, hey, you know, the issue I think we've had is that they have more power than us, they have more money than us. But of course, Elon Musk now openly saying he's willing to get involved in the game, not just from a neutral way, but from directly donating to, say, Republicans or something like that. I think that is very good news for the future, and I don't think anyone can deny that. So yeah, there you go. That is Elon Musk. Again, I think this is a bigger deal than maybe even some people realize. I mean, just think about it common sense wise. We now have money from the wealthiest man in the world, okay, who did not really get involved in this stuff prior to 4 years ago. That says a lot. But of course, in contrast, while Donald Trump is out here getting money from Elon Musk, apparently Biden just lost $90 million from donors who are now freezing their funds. And of course, I do enjoy the NPR headline here. It says, some of Biden's campaign donors are withholding funds and calling for his replacement. And of course, you know, it sounds like, okay, you know, he has a couple donors boycotting. Just to be clear here, folks, he lost $90 million. So I really do enjoy this headline. By the way, let's not forget NPR is funded by your taxpayer dollars, and you can see how transparently biased they are. But yeah, reading from a slightly less biased article here, it says some major Democratic donors have told the largest pro-Biden super PAC, Future Forward, that pledges worth $90 million are now on hold if President Joe Biden remains atop the ticket, according to two people who have been briefed on the conversations. Yeah, so that is the current financial situation for Joe Biden. Now, in fairness, perhaps these funds get unfrozen. I'm sure in many ways it's just a leverage move. And if Biden stays in, they're going to give in and say, hey, we want to defeat Donald Trump. But if it is true that Joe Biden's money ends up drying up, I cannot understate how catastrophic that would be. And by the way, you have to imagine, if you're a Democrat super donor, why would you bank your money right now on what seems to be a sinking political campaign? Why not donate it maybe to Senate Democrats, House Democrats, or maybe just save it for 2028, right? Why are you going to go all in on Biden when that's the current situation with Biden? So I think you are certainly seeing that. But on top of that, let's not forget this. The Biden campaign desperately needs money because obviously they are trying to recover their public image from the debate and everything that happened there. But beyond that, let's not forget they have spent a lot of their money already in aggressive ad campaigns in the first half of this year. So that way they could try to get ahead or try to catch up in the polls. And that ended up not working. So if it is now true that this $90 million that Biden has sitting aside with the super PACs just suddenly dries up, it completely disappears, that's disaster, because that means not only are you going to go into September and to October already down in the polls, but you are going to be catastrophically out of money. You're going to be broke as a campaign. And this is in contrast to the fact that Trump is out here raising hundreds of millions of dollars and now has the backing of Elon Musk. And by the way, already winning in the polls. Okay, so obviously money doesn't win elections. And let me reiterate, this is not a reason to get complacent at all whatsoever, but just raw analysis here in terms of resources. Whereas before, at the start of this year, Joe Biden had way more money than Trump. That game has now flipped. And that is the one advantage that Biden did have, which was fundraising. It is now wiped out. It is now non-existent. And now Joe Biden may be headed towards a bankrupt campaign. So there's the news, folks. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But yeah, until next time, be sure to leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. God bless. Have a very great day and peace.